So I had never heard about the UTC Analyst games until this year.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And coincidentally enough, my mother worked in unit trust for over 15 years, albeit then I would have been quite younger and definitely not interested in trading in the foreign exchange market or even deciding to trade in the stock exchange market. So I heard about this competition from my best friend who works in a media monitoring company, and she came across this advertisement and told me about it because she was aware of the fact that I am looking to learn how to do forex trading and eventually turn that into another source of income. Also, one other thing that I noticed is that based on the type of videos that I have been looking at on YouTube, I did get an ad for the UTC Analyst games that they were hosting this year. I am not sure if they ever ran ads prior to this year, but I have not seen any of those type of advertisements. So good job on you Unit Trust for actually advertising this, because I would think that if they did a better job in advertising, at least more younger people might be aware of this and want to participate in it. Now, my best friends and other friends who know that I am doing forex trading, or at least dabbling in it, they have surface knowledge of what a forex trading is, or have like a basic idea, and it is not the same as stock trading. And because of that, they want to encourage me and cheer me on, and I kind of, got that little extra boost from them to say, well, yeah, why not? Let me see if I could do a stock trading competition without knowing anything about stock trading. And that did not work out. I mean, I didn't come in dead last in the competition, but the differences and the disparities between forex trading and stock trading is wide enough for it not to be learned within a month for a competition, right? So, and in the back of my mind, I knew this, but I still was like, oh, well, let me try anyway. And I'm kind of glad that I did try it out, because I was able to learn, well, just a few basic things during the competition. So when you sign up for the UTC Analyst games, they do it through one of those websites. The website is Investopedia, where you could trade a dummy account, of course, value at $1 million, and trade in the stock exchange market. And through this website, they have the feature of hosting games. So Unitrust just uses that website to host the game, and that website tracks everything, and you can see what your rankings are, what your profit and loss is, and everybody else's in the competition for that time. And every week, or at least twice a week, Unitrust will keep sending you emails, and they will give you these nice, quick, little helpful tips and short videos on different things within the stock market. So they taught me a little bit about diversification, ETFs, order types, and tilting your portfolio, and a few other things that helped me as a beginner to stock trading kind of navigate a little bit through the competition. And I think that that was the biggest takeaway from joining the competition. Now, when I first entered the competition, I had a whole plan. There was actually a YouTuber, I think his name is Patrick Boyle, and he's actually somebody who is a professor who teaches, economics, and trading in the stock market and stuff along that nature, and I was going to go through some of his lectures before the competition, see if I could get some information that I could then understand and then implement in terms of trading effectively in the stock market. I did not get around to doing that, but it's still something that I am open to simply because I joined this competition. I don't think I would have been open to trading stocks if I didn't do the competition. Now, like I said, I didn't know anything about stock trading. I thought you could just go and buy a whole heap of stock of one company, which you can't do. There are limitations. There are many differences between stock trading and forex trading. So, for example, when you trade in foreign currencies, it's just like currency pairs that you're trading, but in the stock market, it's like you're buying stock in a particular company. So you have to know your research strategies would be different. You have to look more at economics of a particular company in terms of whether this would be a good stock or company, sorry, to invest into. And they have different limitations. So that was the first hindrance. After getting kind of like a little imposter syndrome, and I didn't even trade anything the first week of the competition. Mind you, the competition, the first leg of it is only 4 weeks, so I bought my first stock in the second week, and because I had a limitation of like 200 and something stocks I could have bought for a particular company, that kind of, I just was like, well, I just gonna buy that because I really don't have time to try and research and find what companies I should be investing in. I don't even know the code or the symbol for all of these companies because you need to know that to then input the trade. So many things to learn. So one thing, and I thought that this was genius, but obviously I'm a novice, right? Across the board. So I was like, I'm sure everybody's going to buy like all the tech stuff. So like Amazon and Alphabet, I think is the name of the company that owns like Google and YouTube and all those other platforms, all those social media platforms. So like Facebook and probably, I don't know if Twitter is that valuable, Pinterest, I don't know, like all those things, WordPress maybe, all those type of things that like e-commerce and social media is like booming right now, right? And probably all these streaming services, so maybe like Hulu, Netflix, like all those things. And I was like, that's like the obvious thing, right? So, and then these things were established a while now. Like a lot of people already bought stock in this, like the exponential growth for these companies, like it already happened, you know. So I was looking for a company that didn't really happen for yet, and what did during this pandemic would have caused it to shift, because what I'm looking for in the shortest space of time, in a month, I need exponential growth in order to have the maximum amount of profit. So that was my thinking, right? So I was like, well, the only thing I could obviously buy is what everybody using right now, which is Zoom, right? And that's still a fairly new company, and I'm sure that their stock was growing exponentially throughout this year as the pandemic hit. And when I looked at the charts, that's exactly what it reflected. So that is the one stock that I bought a whole heap in, and maybe if I was able to learn some more about stock trading, learn some more about, diversification and all the things I need to do, I probably would have performed better, placed higher, sorry, ranked higher, but I didn't. So the one thing that I remembered, um, while watching various videos on the internet, is that the profit margins for these type of investments are usually like 1 to 2% a month. So I was like, oh, I just need to make 1 to 2% profit, and then I should be at least performing average. Maybe I could double that. If I could make 5% profit, that might be like way above average, right? So that's more like what I was aiming for. And the highest profit margin I got was like a 0.5%. and it had people out here with like 13 to 15% profit. I don't know what they were doing. Clearly, it have some like experienced stock traders out here, so they were probably I don't know what they were doing, but they had like these outrageous profit margins. So I was like, oh well, I definitely can't compete with that. And at the end of the competition, my final ranking was 841, I believe, out of 2000, which is a beat back at least more than 50%, which isn't too bad. So technically, I didn't do as terrible, and overall it was a okay experience. I think I'm the type of person, because even with my forex trading, I like more of a swing trade to intraday. Like I'm not going to be in and out of the markets like every day. Like I'm not, like I would just buy a position or sell a position and then just like see where it goes until a certain point. And that's the same way that I traded when I did my stock trading. So if you want to learn a little bit more about forex trading, you can check out the 3-part video series that I did on this topic. And also you can comment down below if you want to see a video about my experience with iMarkets Live, which is now rebranded as I Am Academy. And I will see you in my next video.